Hi everyone, my name is Rohan. Today we are going to discuss pump fundamentals. Right. In this pump fundamental, we are going to discuss the type of pumps, pump classification, components, cavitation, the concept of NPSH, selection of pumps, and priming. So, in this video, we are going to discuss the main uh, the types of pumps and pumps classification. So, in this video, the what is the pump? The pump is the mechanical device that used to give energy to flow liquids such a way that to overcome the resistance in the hydraulic system. It is in a simply way, it converts the mechanical energy into the hydraulic energy to the flow. So what is the resistance? Resistance is friction, elevation, or any type of equipments that can cause the uh, flowing liquid. It can cause the flowing liquid in the hydraulic system. uh, so that to overcome this resistance, uh, we have to give the energy to the flowing liquid. So which kind of resistance is this? This is the friction, elevation, and equipment. Friction, elevation, and equipment. So the pump, in simple words, the pump is a mechanical device that used to move fluids by the mechanical action. It converts it converts it converts mechanical energy from the motor or engine or prime movers into the hydraulic energy. In the hydraulic energy, it means that the pressure energy or the kinetic energy or both in the fluids. So what is the hydraulic energy? Hydraulic energy can be uh, so I have written here. So transport of fluids from one point to another point. Where are they used? Transport of fluids from the one point to another point to increase fluid pressure to meet the process requirement. So uh, the the pressure in such a way that it can develop or it can displace the liquid from the suction side to the discharge side. It can it should be the displacing the fluid in such a way that the pressure should be meet the process requirement, so that the transport of fluids from one point to another point could occur to overcome the resistance due to the friction, elevation, or equipment. Right. Where are they used? Before that, what is the you will say the what is the hydraulic energy? Hydraulic energy could be the pressure energy or the kinetic energy in this case. So it could be the pressure energy or the kinetic energy, right? So right. Now where are they used? uh, they are used in oil and gas industry, chemical processing like in pharmaceutical, water treatment, food and beverages, power plants, mainly in power plants. It's specially used. The pumps like centrifugal pumps in infrastructure like water supply, water treatment plants, right? In specialized system, in irrigation, it should be the used pumps, right? So these are the points that where are they used. Now we will discuss the various types of pumps. Pumps can be two main types. One is dynamic pump and second is the positive displacement pump. We will not discuss about the other type of pumps like impulse pump and buoyancy pumps. These pumps are not asked in the interviews of chemical engineering interviews, so we will ignore this one. So now the dynamic pumps. In the dynamic pumps, these pumps impart energy, kinetic energy, which converts the pressure energy. These are the pumps which converts the dynamic energy into the kinetic energy into the uh, kinetic energy into the pressure, right? So I will write here. Okay. These pumps impart kinetic energy which converts the pressure. Now these contains the three types of pumps, right? Here it is not given, but I will write here. uh, these contain three types of pumps. First one is the axial type. First one is the axial flow pump or a radial flow pump. First one is radial flow pump, right? Radial flow pump. Second one is the axial flow pump, and third one is the mixed flow pump, right? So third is the mixed flow pump. These pumps are in the dynamic pump. So first is the radial pump, second is axial flow pump, and third is mixed flow. What actually it means that radial pump is energy added in such a way that liquid is flowing in the radial direction. The main example of radial flow pump is the centrifugal pump, right? Main is the centrifugal radial flow pump, and second is the axial flow pump, and third is the mixed flow pump. We will discuss in detail these type of pumps. Now we will go for the positive displacement pump. So in the positive displacement pump, uh, okay, uh, we have in the positive displacement pump we have two types: rotary pump and reciprocating pump. Basically, in the positive displacement pump, it takes the fixed amount of liquid, and it discharges the fixed amount of liquid which we have taken from in the starting. It displays the liquid and fixed amount of liquid from one point to another point through the various types like rotary and reciprocating. In rotary we have internal gear, external gear, lobe, slide vane, and third is the screw type, right? So in rotary pumps uses rotating elements to trap fluid and move it from suction side to the discharge side. It moves from the suction side to the discharge side, right? Rotary pump can do what the rotary pump can do. So pump uses rotating elements like gear, lobes, screws to trap the fluid and move it from the suction side to the discharge side, right? Now, in this type, we have again four types of pumps in rotary pumps. So in this rotary pump, first one is the gear pump. In the gear pump, the internal or external gear, it is used as the oil and fuels, and in vane pump it is application of this is the fuel handling and automobile. In the lobe pump, food industry or hygienic applications. In screw pump, the low pulsation flow or the lubricating flow. These are the applications of the rotary pump. Now we will go to the reciprocating pump. These reciprocating pump where the piston or plugger moves back and forth in cylinder and sucking fluid during the suction stroke and discharging it during the delivery stroke, right? Now first of all, reciprocating can contain the plunger pump or piston pump, or and the third one is the diaphragm pump, right? Okay, I will write here. In reciprocating pumps where the piston or plunger moves back and forth in the cylinder, sucking a fluid in during the suction stroke or discharging it during the delivery stroke, right? Now the plunger pump, it categorizes into the plunger pump, piston pump, and the diaphragm pump. Plunger pump uses as the very high pressure small flow. Piston pump is in industrial high pressure services. Basically these pumps are used very for the very high pressure only. High pressure, right? In diaphragm pumps, it prevents the corrosive or abrasive fluids and slurries chemicals. uh, so these are the types, and the other types are there. In the other types, this type of pump does not belongs to the category of positive displacement or the dynamic pump. So it contains it it has two pumps. One is the jet pump and second is the airlift pump. These neither the positive displacement or the rotodynamic type of pump. So in detail we will discuss the first one is positive displacement pump. In the positive displacement pump, it is displaces the fixed amount of liquid from the suction side to the discharge side. These pumps gives very high pressure but little flow rates, right? uh, okay, these pumps moves a fixed volume per cycle, right? It is it has these pumps moves fixed volumes per cycle, because as you can see here, it is the piston type of pump. uh, it is the piston type of pump, and uh, as we discussed, it takes the fixed amount of liquid, because it is designed in such a way that for a constant flow, because chamber has 1 liter volume, then it sucks the 1 liter, and then 1 liter it discharges the 1 liter, right? It sucks the 1 liter and it discharges the 1 liter. In 1 minute it strokes the 50 strokes, so constant flow rate should be the 50 strokes per minute. So what I am going to say is, in 1 minute it takes 1 liter of fluid and it discharges 1 liter of fluid, right? And discharge. So it is going to be constant, right? 1 liter taking and 1 liter is discharging, so it is constant. So this type of fluid also called as the constant fluid pump, constant flow rate pump. So flow is independent of system pressure, uh, and these pumps operate on the principle of definite quantity of liquid is discharged or displaced due to the positive or real displacement of working elements like piston, plunger, gears, etc. For example, let's fluid enters. See here, fluid enters an expanding chamber so that volume. Now, for example, fluid enters the. I will type here and then I will say, okay. Now, here fluid enters. Now here fluid is going to expanding the chamber as the liquid goes in. It expands the chamber, and this is called as the suction stroke, so that volume increases. Due to the expansion, the volume is increasing, the pressure decreases in chamber, right? Pressure is going to decrease. And in this second compression stroke, the chamber volume decreases as it compresses and pushing fluid towards the outward or discharging fluid outwards. Due to that, pressure increases, right? Pressure is going to increase. So due to this, as the 1 liter is going and 1 liter is coming, so this is called as the constant flow rate. Now the second is the dynamic head pumps. These are the increase in kinetic energy of the fluid flow, then converted to the pressure. Basically it converts the kinetic energy to the pressure energy, and these pumps are very large quantity of low pressure, right? These principle operate on the principle of rising pressure of fluid or liquid by dynamic action of liquid. The dynamic action of liquid is carried by revolving wheel which has curved vanes on it. This wheel is known as the impeller, right? Now, okay. Okay. Right. The pumps operate on the principle of rise in pressure energy of a liquid by the dynamic action. The dynamic action of liquid is carried by revolving wheel which has curved vanes on it. The wheel is known as the impeller. Now, okay. Now, this is the rotating impeller. This can cause the radial flow direction to the fluid in such a way that it can carries the liquid by revolving wheel which has curved vanes on it. This is called as the vanes, right? In this pump, the addition of energy to the liquid occurs when the flow of liquid in radial path, right? Now, in this today's lecture, we will end here only because it has more than 20 minutes right now. So, briefly, I will explain in general, we will explain the dynamic head pumps. What is the dynamic head pumps? It converts the kinetic energy into the pressure energy in such a way that the pressure energy of liquid by the dynamic action of the liquid, right? The dynamic action of the liquid is carried by revolving wheel which has curved vanes on it. The wheel is known as the impeller, right? The addition of energy to the liquid occurs when the flow of liquid is the radial path. So thank you. In the next we will compare the positive displacement pumps and dynamic pumps, and then we will go in detail of the types of pumps or displacement pumps or reciprocating pumps. So stay tuned and please do like to this lecture if you like it, and subscribe it. So thank you.